In today's video, I'll be walking you through how I made this Photoshop poster for Attack of the Clones using only the movie's promotional material, free AI upscaling tools, and lots of gradient maps. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for clicking on the video. My name is Colton, also known as Nerd Designer. Today, we are continuing our design journey through the Star Wars prequels. If The Phantom Menace is like steaming hot garbage, Attack of the Clones is like that eclair in season 6 of Seinfeld that George eats that's, just on top of the garbage. It's still technically trash and you really shouldn't eat it, but there's this small sick part of you that really gets it.
It was on a magazine and it still had the doily on.
Does that metaphor even make sense?
Hey, Boomer. You're boasting cringe.
Either way, before we start, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below on your opinion on the prequel movies. I'm in a mood to argue.
Bring it on!
Let's jump in. Before I even started cutting out our characters, I got sick of working with shitty early 2000s photos, so I ran them all this time through an AI upscaling software online called Pixart.com. Not a sponsor, just really good free software. All I had to do was download the promo shot that I liked legally.
You really are the most devious bastard in New York City.
Then go to Pixart.com, upload that shot, and wait for it to process. Usually while I'm waiting, I like to kill time by going out to my local pond and throwing car batteries into it, or throwing things at my local homeless person, just general chaos and misery.
Ha ha ha, classic comedy.
And then boom, denoised, upscaled, and sharpened images completely for free with no image limit.
Later, green hands.
I then opened up each image into Photoshop to start the cutting process. The quickest way I found to do this is to simply go up to your toolbar and find the Select Subject tab. Then you click that button. The reason I use this is because it automatically selects your subject, but then also auto feathers hair, and it makes things just a little bit quicker. If by chance there are some huge fuck ups or missing pieces, make sure that you go ahead and you spit on your machine. You really need to let your machine know that it's a lesser life form, and if it keeps fucking up, it risks extinction. Or you could just clean up everything with the Selection Marquee tool. That's also an option if you're into that. Then you output that clipping mask to a new layer. You name that layer and then copy and paste it from your photo to your canvas to start laying out composition. I made this quick sketch. This is kind of the idea I was going for. I really wanted Count Dooku to kind of be overlooking with this menacing, top-down villain point of view, and then have all of our characters kind of zigzag across through the logo at the bottom. I also thought it would be cool to implement the Geonosis landscape in some capacity, because that, in my opinion, is the best part of the movie. I found this nice wallpaper for one of the maps in Battlefront 2, and then I just used generative fill to extend that sky all the way up. Next, we need to build at least the shape of our lightsabers, because those influence the composition and where people will go and what's in people's eye lines and whatever. The process for building lightsabers is simple and easy, just like your mother.
You have the right to remain.
How you do this is you go to the rectangle shape tool in your toolbox. You create a white rectangle behind your character layer, in this case Anakin. You then zoom into the top corners of your shape while you still have the shape tool selected to reveal the bevel edges anchor points. You then drag those anchor points inwards to get that perfect tip. Then you'll want to mosey on over to your layers panel, and you'll want to double click on your rectangle layer to bring up its shape properties. All you then want to do is add a strong outer glow with a very subtle, similarly colored inner glow, and finalize the effect with a Gaussian blur on the shape layer. Like I said, easy, repeatable, still like your mother. Once we've placed our logo and we've placed our background and we've got a rough composition of our characters, it's time to start color correcting and adding highlights and shadows. This is where posters like this are not so fun. Every single character in a floating head poster gets a combination of these 4 effects. You get a color balance layer, a levels adjustment, an exposure layer, usually high exposure and low exposure, and then an inner glow. I'll use one of these characters as an example to go through quickly. We're going to start with Padme because she is mother and I'd like her to stomp on my face repeatedly and tell me that I'm a tiny, stinky, dirty little boy.
Oh, you nasty.
The color that you tint your character with using the color balance tool is dependent on the light source around them. In Padme's case, that means orange because of the sun that's right behind her. Now it's time for the edge lighting. If you've watched any of my videos before, you know the trick that I'm about to do. I do it every single time. Edging is essential. Whoa, 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 whoa.
I heard that. I wish I didn't hear that, but I just heard that.
Edge lighting is essential. The quick way to do it I've found is to double click on your character layer to bring up its properties, and then you check the inner glow box. Make sure the choke is high and the size is small. Am I right, fellas? Anyways. Once you like how it looks, hit OK, then right click on the effect in the layer to bring up the window that allows you to create new layer. This changes things so that that glow effect is now its own manipulatable layer. You'll then want to go into the layer mask again with a soft brush and paint away all the areas that don't make sense. Now, unfortunately for all of us, you kind of just have to repeat those steps over and over and over again for every character. It's not super stimulating to watch, and I'm running out of dick jokes. So we are going to take a detour from Design Land and move over into Review Town so that I can word vomit to you all my incoherent thoughts and feelings about this not so great movie. Don't worry, I'm not going to make you sit through the whole title crawl again. As I said up top, I enjoy this movie, even if it sounds like I don't. It has its flaws, countless flaws, but that sweet, sweet drug named nostalgia still works wonders on my goopy, dumb, stupid, idiot, smooth brain. I can't really add any interesting commentary to this movie. If you're on YouTube in any capacity, and if you're watching my videos for sure, you've seen a million video essays about the prequels. I've got nothing to add. So here are just a few things I found funny or interesting or popped into my head on my most recent rewatch. The thing that stuck out to me the most above anything else is how the blue screen in this movie really looks like those Rainbow Road Breaking Bad memes that you've seen. The compositing software we have now is so advanced that it's clear we're already surpassing the best ILM compositing could do in 2003 is now less than what we can accomplish for our own memes and shit. So that kind of blew my mind rewatching it. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if that came out super great. I also wrote, Hayden Christensen is a good actor and he is a good Anakin, just not in this movie. Unfortunately, it does really make me want to rewatch that movie Jumper with Hayden Christensen. I thought that movie, like that superpower in that movie, was the coolest shit I had ever seen in my life. Also, Anakin is genuinely unhinged and scary, like he's kind of teetering on the edge of psychopathy before everything awful happens to him, which is kind of a nice through line I didn't pick up on when I was a kid. But I'm not giving George Lucas or Hayden Christensen credit because some of these moments are just... they come off to me as bad acting more than intentional scariness. Poor Ewan McGregor got fucked again with the reshoot wig. I didn't notice it when I was a child, but it is incredibly noticeable and distracting now. And finally, that cut where Padme loses most of her clothes after that scratch is laugh out loud funny.
Why are you naked?
I never picked up on it before. It is so funny how much clothes she loses after one swipe. All in all, I'm still very happy that these are the Star Wars movies I grew up with. I am a part of the only generation probably to ever exist who will appreciate these properly and who was there for these when it mattered and who they made it for. Kids now probably won't appreciate it the same way that kids back then did because of everything that they have in comparison. This was really for 2000s kids, and I'm one of those. I would much rather grow up watching these all the time than Chicago sports. Wouldn't want to do that. Anyways, now back to the poster. Thank you for listening. Now that our characters are properly colored and properly placed, we can move on to the effects that really take this poster from like 50% to 90%. I'm talking about the fun stuff, baby. Smoke PNGs, bam. Blaster bolt PNGs, bam, bam. Company logos, bam. And after all that, we arrive at the nerd designer end of a poster step. The classic filters I put on everything. You first group all of your layers together, duplicate that group, and then merge those layers. You want to take a rectangle marquee tool to cut your merge group from your canvas and get rid of all the extra bullshit that doesn't matter. Then you run that cut file through a camera raw filter while focusing on the clarity bar, the noise reduction features, and the color correction tools. Make sure your document is in RGB and not CMYK, or else you won't be able to access these effects. You then run that through an oil paint filter, and then you finally run that file through a poster edge filter in your filter gallery. Usually that's where I stop, but it felt like something wasn't right. I needed something more. So I went to freepik.com and got a texture overlay of an old poster. You then place that on top of your document and you set the blend mode to the one you like. I set it to soft light. It gave things just a bit more crunch, a little bit something tangible to it. And then because I have a smooth brain, I chose to completely fuck the color palette that I had been working with this entire time and throw as many gradient maps into the mix as I could until I was happy. I stuck with this kind of orange-red hue because I wanted to bring more of Geonosis through. I didn't feel like it was coming through at all. That's the color palette that I really remember when I think of this movie. And I think it actually did improve everything. But I know it's kind of stupid to have the two good Jedi with blue lightsabers having red lightsabers. It doesn't make any sense. Fuck you. No one cares. I think it looks cool. And that is the poster. Let me know what you think of the final edit down below. I think this is really up there with my The Last Jedi poster as some of the best Star Wars content I've ever made. Do you agree? Disagree? Are you indifferent to the design and you're just here for my witty self-deprecation? Let me know. I am here for it. I'm responding to everybody. I'm excited to talk to you. Things also only get better with the next movie. Make sure you hit that bell and subscribe button so that you can be notified when the Revenge of the Sith video comes out. I'm really excited to get to work on that. There's a lot of cool stuff coming. I've been really trying to improve my editing style, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like if you like what I do here. It really lets YouTube know it should put my stupid face in front of other people's stupid faces. Until next time, I love you, but I hate sand. Stay sexy.